And I was on the plane. It was evening, late evening, and reached the airport. And I knew, okay, so now it's too late. I will not reach that person on that phone. I do not know where to go. What shall I do then? I was already thinking, okay, I have to search for a youth hostel or whatever. Uh, and one thing was also interesting at that time, I didn't speak English. And it was in England, so nobody would understand. I would not have the chance how to communicate. So I landed there, and I want to go out of the airport, and suddenly somebody is coming and running to me and asking me, "Are you Marcel?" And I said, "Yes, I am Marcel." "Yes, please come. Gurudev is waiting in the car." And I was surprised. What? They're still there? And we came to that car, and then they told me that they have been already on their way to the venue, and suddenly Gurudev told them, "Marcel will not know where to go. We have to go back." So they turned back, and I was so touched, and I was, oh my God, because of me they all came back. And yeah, then I knew Gurudev is aware of what is happening with those who are with him. Yes.
Now we want to know what happened in the Manchester.
That was a course. That was an advanced course, a beautiful advanced course, and just this silence program where you go into silence. I could be there. I could help also a little bit, assist for the group meetings. And after the course, I was also uh, I had a chance also to travel to few places with Gurudev. And at a certain time, he then afterwards told me, "Now you can take a train and go back." And that's what I did then. Yeah, all the time, whenever I could be with him, this is just amazing. He's whenever you can just be in his environment, he's spreading this joy, this serenity, this calmness, this confidence also that all is going to be good, that we are all connected, and that we are moving to one common vision together. Sometimes it happened, a lot of people are coming to see Gurudev, and I'm a little bit shy. I don't, but usually it happens like this. Whenever I have the desire to see him also, somehow he makes it sure that that you have also the chance to see him. And this is something which I experienced so many times also with other peoples around. Whenever you want to see him, you will definitely have the chance to see him. It's, I would say this, I can guarantee. If you have the deep desire within you, he's listening to you. And he's listening to everybody in the same way, because he doesn't feel this separateness. You're not a different person from somebody else in his eyes. You know, um, Gurudev treats everybody in the same way. It is not like this if somebody has the chance to see him more, that he loves him more or he has more attention on that person. It's not like that. He's really uh, in this oneness. He's connected with everyone, and everyone is also you. Whenever this is a point which I realized once. I also sometimes felt jealousy, jealousy that why so many other peoples can be so many times with Gurudev and so close with him. Why can I also not be like that? And so I felt jealous. Why is he spending so much time with others? You know, once there was this question was in me about jealousy, what it is. You know, when you have these questions, sometimes you don't even have to ask Gurudev in the satsang, but the question will be there. That much connection you have with the community, with all those who are with Gurudev. The question is there. It is not just in you. And then somebody asked these questions, how to deal with jealousy. And Gurudev said, you know, jealousy is lack of belongingness. And that was an eye-opener to me. Lack of belongingness, of course. You know, whenever this jealousy came up, I immediately said, okay, you know what? You don't feel real belongingness to that person who is now with Gurudev. So I immediately turned around and said, you know, you belong to that person. And I feel happy that this person can meet Gurudev. Feel happy that he gets guidance from Gurudev. And feel happy that this person is close to him. And that turned around. And it is like this. With whomever Gurudev is, feel happy about them.
So how you keep a personal connection with him, even if you are in the crowd?
You know, I would say without a personal connection, teaching is not happening. One of the basics of teaching and one of the basic of this path is your personal connection to the Guru. And Guru is not just the person himself. The person himself is the manifestation of something incredible big, infinitely big, and something which is just which you cannot know, but the Guru is there and gives you. It is, yeah, this picture is very beautiful. It is like a window to the infinity. And the personal connection is one of the basics to keep the faith and to keep the track on this path. And yeah, I would say, even if you're in a crowd, Gurudev will not speak to a crowd. The personal connection is only with the one. And with this one, you're also part of that. So that sometimes it might happen you're sitting in a crowd, in a satsang, Gurudev is speaking, and suddenly you feel that he's just speaking to you. But in the same way, he's speaking to everybody because he's connected and he's in that space where we all are connected.
And how to know if he is aware about our spiritual progress, even if you're not meeting him constantly?
You know, I can tell you one interesting story about that. I was in the ashram, Bangalore ashram on Navaratri. I was looking around and there was this Vedic astrology. Usually I wouldn't go to astrology, but I was a little bit curious to know what it is, since it is in the ashram and this is also part of our Art of Living projects. And I got this chart and that lady explained me about my life and all this. And she was mentioning suddenly a specific time. And she said, from this moment on, you were able to speak the knowledge without reading the books, just out of your experience. And I was looking back, when was that? And you know when it was? It was exactly then when Gurudev told me, now you can also go and conduct advanced courses. So then I knew Gurudev is very much in tune with your progress, and he exactly knows where you are on your journey.
So coming back to the time when you just finished your first travel with Gurudev, did you had doubts about Gurudev, or you were always clear that he's the one?
You know, Gurudev says doubts are when prana is low. And I realize this. Yeah, whenever this comes, then just the, the prana is low. I can say that about Gurudev, I had never doubt. Gurudev is for me absolutely clear who he is and what he can do. When it comes to doubts, I would say I had doubts about myself, about my capacities, about my abilities. And I had to remember always when doubts are coming up, there is a sign of lack of prana. And this I could also realize. So whenever I was filled with the energy, after the sadhana, also these doubts are vanishing.
So when you came back, you started doing seva.
Yes, yes.
Organizing courses.
Organizing courses, then helping in the administration, whatever I could do, I was doing. And it is also like an attitude. Seva is an attitude that you want to contribute, that you want to support, that you want to spread this joy, that you want to spread this love. And whatever I could do, I was doing, yes.
So how did the journey from a follower to a teacher to advanced course teacher happen? And in those moments, were there interactions with Gurudev and how were they?
Yes, actually, I would say I'm just sharing. I'm just sharing experience and just talking what I'm experiencing. I don't think that I can say I'm teaching. I don't understand exactly what that would mean. It is mainly sharing, contributing, and bringing this to the awareness that we have knowledge and we have tools to create a happy and a healthy world, violence and a stress-free society. We have the tools and we have the knowledge, and I'm totally convinced that this is possible. I'm convinced we can create a happy and a healthy world. I think this attitude of wanting to contribute that is the basic motivation for myself on this path. It is not teaching or not something like that. It is this desire to contribute to this vision and to do something that this peace on this world can become reality. And I'm also convinced that um, knowing more about what is our life and what is our consciousness are the basic keys um, in order to face the challenges which mankind has created on this planet. So it is, I would say, I don't know, I didn't do anything for teaching or whatever. Um, and it is just being natural and sharing and keeping this inspiration and just bringing this to the awareness that we can do something. We have the possibilities, we have the tools, and we have the knowledge.
How was your first visit to ashram?
Yes. That was very beautiful. It was in 91. It looked completely different. At that time, the ashram was completely different. It was like a jungle. It was like a few buildings there, few buildings here, inauguration of the next hall and the next hall, and wind and everything. Uh, it was it was a very beautiful experience, I have to say, yes. And very simple, and I had this impression that coming to the ashram, I, I, I had the feeling this is the place, like a place where people also in the future will remember as a main point from where this inspiration to bring the the, these tools and this wisdom and the knowledge uh, to bring these tools which will help the humanity in the future. It was such a
Beautifully
simple
said.
place, it was such a simple, only these buildings, but I immediately had this feeling. And I had also the feeling that Gurudev was living with this intention that we bring something to the world and we bring something to the future.
Was that the first time that you did the satsang there, or you had already started in the Switzerland?
I had started before also with satsang, and at the beginning I was very shy to sing, but Gurudev made inspired always the people to sing and to be part of the satsang.
Which is your favorite bhajan to sing?
My favorite bhajan, it's changing. It's changing different ones.
What was that time? The
At
time
that
which we are talking about back then.
probably Om Namo Bhagavate.
Can we have that bhajan now?
Sure, 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 sure. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya Bolo. Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya Bolo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya.